It's a tad early for me, but before you toast the new year, you might want to distill what our Seth Doane has to offer. He's found someone creating a whole new way to say cheers.
What's this called?
Beach horseradish.
We're on the hunt, foraging for new flavors, searching for something unexpected.
Wow. Wow, it's really strong.
And finding plenty of contenders at this organic farm in Denmark.
Actually, a beautiful field of white asparagus.
As a chef, Lars Williams has some experience pushing culinary boundaries. But he's not simply searching for a new garnish. Rather, he's trying to totally reimagine not food, but alcohol.
You don't think of going into a bar and wanting to order something like this?
Not yet.
We met at Soren Vuoff's farm, where Williams wondered if this horseradish-like beach cress might provide a peppery finish infused in an alcoholic beverage.
How different is it to think about food and alcohol?
The difference is being able to kind of create a flavor and then preserve it in the alcohol and then compose the dish in the same way that we compose a dish of food, but composing it in a bottle.
Williams from New York City came to Denmark 10 years ago, where he climbed to the pinnacle of the food world as the head of research and development at the famed Noma restaurant in Copenhagen.
Is that sake as well?
That's where he met his now business partner, Mark Hermansen.
No.
What do you take from the best restaurant in the world?
That nothing is impossible.
That sentiment, nothing is impossible, pushed them to leave Noma 2.5 years ago to start Empirical Spirits, a sort of mad scientist's laboratory of distillation, where they asked the question if agave can become tequila and juniper berries can flavor gin, what other spirits are yet to be discovered?
You're trying to take some of your lessons from Noma and stick it in a bottle?
Essentially, yeah. Taking that approach of very focused, very rigorous craft and apply it into something that you can spread to a lot more people than 40 people in the dining room.
What do you call these, baby cones?
Their quest to preserve not just the individual ingredients, but to bottle the essence of a place has taken them to Zimbabwe, Brazil, Mexico, and this beach on the Danish coast.
The smell of the seaweed, that's something that you can evoke, and I think is always very stirring to people somehow.
You want to capture the flavors of the sea in a way?
Yeah, exactly.
Here we met up with Xenia Samlerson, a full-time forager for clients including Noma. She showed him the delicate beach pansy just in bloom and collected pine cones that might be distilled into a one-of-a-kind spirit.
Try it.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Oh. And then we'll just break one.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think this is alcohol?
Yeah. We should booze it.
Booze it.
So these are traditional fermenters that would be.
That happens in the giant stills at Empirical Spirits. They operate at unusually low temperatures instead of the typical high heat, which can destroy the delicate flavors along the way.
This is kind of like a giant science experiment.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, this is what the inside of my head looks like.
He built some of the machines himself, incorporating a range of brewing and distillation techniques from around the world. It's where he tested blending those pine cones and the beach pansies.
How many do you try versus how many actually work? What's the percentage of error?
As high as possible, really, isn't it?
If you're not putting yourself out on a limb, then you're never going to do something new. We're also trying to show that alcohol can be more than a gin and tonic at the end of a hard work day, because it's such an amazing vehicle for capturing and preserving flavor, that it has a lot of potential that we're just sort of scraping the surface on.
All of that testing and the unique ingredients mean the finished product comes at a price upwards of $70 a bottle, mostly sold to high-end bars and restaurants or direct to consumers who are drawn to something unusual.
Should we give this a shot?
Let's do it.
Am I supposed to cheers?
Skål.
Skål.
You're in Denmark.
Oh, it's in Denmark. Skål.
We tried one flavored with quince,
Wow, this would be the closest to a gin.
another with juniper wood.
It doesn't taste like a gin at all.
No.
Then we moved on to the plastic containers, works in progress. This one made of distilled Jerusalem artichoke.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that one. I might advance it from the plastic to the glass.
He's spurred on by the challenge of trying to create something you never knew you were missing.
Yeah, I think this one has legs.
For me, this is my favorite of all of them.
Really? Well, the future's looking good then.